Hi everyone, it's Mary Beth. I'm here at school and we're going to do our science experiment for this week. But first, I'd like to read you a little story. Because our science experiment has to do with clouds, I'm going to read you a really sweet book called Little Cloud by Eric Carle. One of the things I love about Eric Carle's books is the pictures. They're very beautiful. So, this is Little Cloud. The clouds drifted slowly across the sky. Little Cloud trailed behind. The clouds pushed upward and away. Little Cloud pushed downward and touched the tops of the houses and trees. The clouds moved out of sight. Little Cloud changed into a giant cloud. Can you see the face? The smile, and the nose, and the eyes. Little Cloud changed into a sheep. Sheep and clouds sometimes look alike. Little Cloud changed into an airplane. Little Cloud often saw airplanes flying through the clouds. Little Cloud changed into a shark. Little Cloud once saw a shark through the waves of the ocean. Little Cloud changed into two trees. Little Cloud liked the way trees never moved and stayed in one place. Little Cloud changed into a rabbit. Little Cloud loved to watch rabbits dash across the meadows. Then Little Cloud changed into a hat because Little Cloud changed into a clown and needed a hat. The other clouds drifted back. They huddled close together. Little Cloud, they called, come back. Little Cloud drifted toward the clouds. Then all the clouds changed into one big cloud and rained. And that's Little Cloud by Eric Carle. I wonder if you sometimes like to look at the clouds and see what different shapes you can find, or maybe different animals or people or things. That's a fun thing to do with clouds. What we're going to talk about for science is actually what happened at the end of that book. Do you remember what happened? The clouds rained. And so we are going to make our own rain in a jar with some of the things that we sent home for you, which we'll do in just a minute. But first, I'm going to show you how rain happens using something called the water cycle. Can you believe it? Another cycle. We have done the nut to the tree cycle and the life cycle of the pumpkin. So many things in nature and in science are part of a cycle. And that is how things keep going, what keeps things alive and thriving on our planet. It's very exciting. So here is the water cycle. I'm going to say things in very simple terms. There are some bigger words for these processes, but right now I think it's more important that we get the idea of it. Let me get it right here. Sometimes it's hard for me to hold things right for the camera. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have water on the earth in lakes and rivers and ocean. And the water, when it gets heated by the sun, which is here, then it starts to turn into water vapor, which is kind of like fog or mist, but it's even smaller. You can't even always see it sometimes. But on a hot day when you're feeling like you get sweaty, sometimes that's because there's a lot of humidity in the air, and that's what that is. So the water vapor rises as it gets hotter and forms clouds. And then the clouds, as the water vapor gets cooler, they get heavy. And they get heavy with rain, and then the rain comes down in droplets. So the water turns into droplets and comes back to the earth and helps to fill the lakes and the rivers and the oceans. And then that cycle starts all over again. So that is a very simple explanation. Let's do this experiment to see if we can make rain in our bottle. Let me show you my work surface. So I have some paper towels and I have some of the supplies that we sent home. I have a plastic cup with holes in the bottoms. Mine's tinted blue. Yours was just clear. I have some of the cotton balls. I put mine in a smaller cup. And then I have some water. And I made my water blue. You can drop a couple of drops of blue food coloring in and stir it around to make your water blue. And that's really just because it's kind of fun to do this with blue water. It doesn't have to be blue. And then I have another cup that I'm going to use and put my cup on top of. So first, and we also have our pipette. This is called a pipette, and it is kind of like something we've used in the classroom before. You can pick up water with it and squirt it out. So to use it, you squeeze it, you put it in the water, then you squeeze it, lift it, let it go, lift it, and put it back in. So that's a pipette. Some people call it a pipette, and we'll use that as well. Okay, so first let's take some cotton balls and put it into our cup, kind of smash it down. These are our cloud. The more cotton balls you put in, the bigger cloud you have, right? And the longer it might take for you to make it rain. If you want to do this more than once, you can save some of your cotton balls to do it a second time. Maybe you want to use a different color water. That would be kind of fun. And the cup is going to go over a glass or cup or jar that does not have holes in it. So this is going to catch the rain once the rain starts, okay? Let me scooch that back a teeny bit. All right, so now it's time to get some water with our pipette. So you put it in, squeeze, let go. We have transfer, so we're going to drop some water in there. And at first, what's happening? A cloud is holding the water, just like clouds do in the sky. They hold up some water. This is the water that's coming up from the earth, turning into water vapor, forming clouds. Let's see how long it takes for our cloud to start to rain. Do you sometimes see dark clouds and you think it is going to rain soon and it doesn't actually rain? Do you think that's what's happening with our experiment right now? I'm going to peek my head. Hasn't started raining yet. Sure am getting a lot of water in my cloud. It's holding a lot of water. I can see that it's getting pretty wet though. Can you tell when you look up at a cloud that it's getting close to the raining? Sometimes I can. What if a whole lot of water vapor went in a cloud? What would happen then? We're just putting in a little bit at a time. Should we try it? Let's try pouring some in, see what happens. Look, once it got more and more water in there, it couldn't hold all that water, and what happened? It's raining in my jar. Can you see that? Let's put some more in. You can see it. There it goes. That cloud is so full of water it couldn't even hold it, and that's causing it to rain into my jar. Hope you can see it because it's really fun to see. Once the cloud has released all of the water and it can still hold on to some, it'll stop raining. I'm gonna smush my cloud down and see if that does anything. Oh, it does. It makes the rain keep going. Let's see when the rain stops. Oh, it's just dripping a little bit now. You see that? Looks like it stopped. There's still some water in my cloud, but it's able to hold that water now, so it's not raining into the jar anymore. But I can make it rain some more. That's fun. It rains until the cloud has let go of all the extra water that it can hold. That's why it doesn't rain on a beautiful day without clouds. We need clouds for rain. That's fun. You can keep experimenting and exploring with your cloud in a jar. You can do it again and see what happens if you only put a few in. Maybe with a smaller cloud, it might start raining sooner. So, thank you for coming to the science lab experiment today. Don't forget when you're finished to get all of your water poured out, to wipe up with a towel or paper towel, put your supplies away, keep your space nice and neat and tidy. Keep exploring. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.